Hi everyone. So I wanted to show a little experiment I've got going on here. So you might be able to read this, but I've got two glass jars. One has got plums. I measured out about a quart of the whole plums. This one I actually weighed them, 2 pounds, 5 ounces, but about the same amount of fruit in each of these. I de-pitted and I cooked the fruit, let it cool before adding water, a little bit of sugar, and then pitching the yeast. The sugar in this one is 100 grams. Sugar in this one is 2.5 pounds. So significantly more sugar in this one. Also, for this one I just used the champagne yeast. This one I used some turbo yeast. As theoretically the turbo yeast can get to much higher levels. So this is basically not a very strong wine, something that would actually be drinkable. This one, well, I happen to know some people who might like to drink it. And I wanted to see if this was actually possible. Make a really strong wine. There is one more difference, and that is the bubblers. They say not to use turbo yeast on bubblers, but I haven't seemed to have a problem, especially on my homemade bubblers. See this here that I've made? I just took a piece of glass and I blew some bubbles in it and stretched the end pieces here. And this seems to be handling just fine. I can actually have water in here and then suck air through with my breath, and it doesn't suck any water through, it just lets it through. It's a very cool design, even if it is mostly accidental that I got this particular shape. So yeah, I'm just mostly experimenting to see what happens when you make a really strong wine. I don't remember if I posted the mead making yet, but I will on Patreon at some point. So here's the 2016 honey and the 2014 honey, but of course I started them fermenting at the same time, so that's really irrelevant. They're bottled at the same time. This one I happened to get about 9% alcohol content, and actually I think this one turned out much better. Look how clear that is. This one went way up to about 12% alcohol. It's much stronger, but yeah, it's not very clear. But, I'm letting them age. Just gonna let them age till sometime in November, maybe even December before we try them. And I'll have the video posted to my main channel then. But, yep. Thought some of you guys might like to see this. I'll see you next time.